Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Because we are always talking about stuff because it's crypto. For those of you looking for a secure way to store your cryptocurrencies, there is a Ledger affiliate link in the description below. While I do not work for Ledger, I am a Ledger affiliate and I get a kickback every time that there is a purchase made. Very big thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Welcome back to, what's wrong with me? Welcome back to another Going Higher. Yes, for those of you who have somehow missed the last 900 videos, we've been predicted that the market's going higher. Surprise! But this time it's backed by what I like to call insanity. So we now have, I don't know if you saw this or not, we now have hundreds of companies who are buying up egregious, yes, the word egregious again, amounts of Bitcoin. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Because, you know, all the rich people have been predicting that Bitcoin's going to 1 million and it's 27 million. So no wonder people are buying at this price. On top of that, there's a new blockchain on the block. Not really. It's actually Ethereum, for some reason, has also entered the stadium. And everyone is talking about how amazing Ethereum is and where exactly Ethereum is going to go. This is now coupled with this idea of what the Fed is going to do. If you somehow miss that news, and I know that I keep saying those words, and I need to, because I don't know if you've seen the news. There's about 80,000 things happening every single day. So it's understandable if people are missing things. The rumors that we're currently getting right now reside around the fact that it is believed that sometime in September, we might see a rate cut from the Federal Reserve. And this is because I think one of the head members in some other state announced that he also believed that it was time. So therefore, a lot of people are, it's kind of a cluster of everything. We are meant to, roughly around this time, start seeing the cryptocurrency market move higher logically. The year after the halving, crypto prices have always thus far moved up higher. And we are historically moving into the time of year when we normally see like the crypto market go completely insane. This is normally when retail rushes into the market, realizing that they should have been buying the last 3 years. You know the whole thing. Now this is coupled with the idea of potential economic policies being eased, and therefore that would push the market a lot higher. So as it stands right now, it looks like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, the whole shebang are in what we call price discovery mode. And we typically see this once a coin has surpassed its previous all-time high. There really is no ceiling for it per se. The ceiling usually ends up being when it goes really high, can't go anymore, and then begins to subsequently fall over the course of 3 years. That is if we even have any more cycles, because this has been a very weird one. We have never had companies throwing billions of dollars daily into these coins. If you've been missing, some of these companies have been announcing they own so-and-so amount in real estate. And they're going to be selling, this is real news, they're going to be selling $1 billion worth of their real estate to buy up Bitcoin immediately. And in the near term, they're selling another $9 billion because they want $10 billion. This is like every single day. So the market's kind of, you know, expectations are high as it were. The idea of price discovery kind of goes hand in hand with all of this, but with what we're calling better economic policies for crypto, the SEC apparently willing to allow a bunch of ETFs to go through. Keeping in mind, the other times that we've seen bull runs before, there wasn't a discussion about ETFs, nonetheless, one of them. Now we have, 12 Bitcoin ones within the US. There are multiple Ether ones, and we are on the literal cusp in September and October of potentially seeing like 70 or 80 of these things also being pushed through. If the Fed ends up lowering interest rates, if we get better economic policies, if this gets, and I mean also if we can just be completely honest with ourselves, prices are really low, irrespective of even any of those things. We're talking about Bitcoin being able to be used for 401ks, for mortgages. I don't know if you saw, we had news, what state was it? There was a state recently who also announced that not their treasury, their state's retirement fund just tripled their exposure to Bitcoin. And it's like, okay, we can stop with the nonsense of being like, will Bitcoin go higher? No, we should be really like at least 4-5 times in price across the board for all of these assets. And I mean, let's say the top 10, top 15 coins, like this idea of prices being this low, or I hate the term when I read in an article, like prices correcting indicates that something needs to be corrected. I know the term for finance. I get it. I've been here for a while, but it's also like, what exactly aren't people getting when they hear mortgages and 401ks within the United States buying up Bitcoin? When we hear the biggest banks on the planet are buying up tons of crypto, when we hear that countries are doing it, when we hear that there's not enough left on crypto exchanges, that people go, well, I think the price is going to fall. And I'm like, your brain's not so smart. A company by the name of, I can't find it. Where is it? Give me half a second. A company called Derive. I assume this is what they're called. Blah, 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 blah. Somebody by the name of Sean Dawson runs the company or something. He's the head of their research. He says that it looks like Ethereum's ascent is going to be massive. Apparently, at the beginning of this year, this company predicted that there was going to be a $4,000, $5,000, or $6,000 Ether price based off of movements that we would see within the wider economy, if you will. They said that with the rise of digital asset treasuries and these companies who are doing anything that they can to buy very large amounts of cryptocurrencies, he said that this is basically going to propel the cryptocurrency market into the stratosphere. They're now predicting that minimum by the end of the year, their target is no longer 4,000 or 5,000 for Ether. It is a minimum of $10,000 per coin for Ethereum, which also seems completely believable because if we can be realistic, September, October, November, December, 4, 8, 12, 16, 16 weeks, 17 weeks. Yeah, say a good 17 weeks. We have heard in the last 8 weeks of multiple companies who have announced that they want $5, 10, 15, $20 billion worth of Ether. The Ether buying that we've seen now has actually been the reason for the actual prices moving up. This is not going to slow down. What we typically also end up seeing is that even when prices are moving up higher, this is also when institutions are also buying up, trying to get at lower prices, while retail does the same. The only thing we're really missing in the market now is like normal people, like retail investors who always come in at the tail end of the year to kind of really push prices a lot higher. If we didn't get to a $12,000 to $15,000 Ether this year, A, I'd be shocked, and B, I would say it's probably because of some kind of weird economic policy that was put forth that kind of dragged down all markets. But Besides that, it looks like everything is completely formed as it actually should be. So, yeah, they also apparently, for those of you wondering, they also gave an XRP price prediction. Their previous estimate was $4 or $5 for this year. They're now saying $9 or $10 because that also just makes a lot of sense. The last few days, I want to say, we've seen a relative uptick in price predictions for crypto, or kind of this like the word's not fervor, but kind of this idea or sentiment that like we're here, things are going to get a lot crazier, and it seems entirely believable. It's not that I'm a skeptic by any means. I am quite bullish on the market. It's just more of I want to see it happen. We have been hearing this news since about January as to where the market was going to go by all these analysts. To be fair, we have moved up a fair amount in price across the board, but I kind of want to see all of these magical things happening within the market. But we're getting a lot of news about companies giving numbers and predictions, and all the while, for those of you who don't know, everyone's still buying in the background. The buying has not slowed down. This is only going to get crazier because these companies want all the crypto. This is literally their goal. They want to buy all of it now while people aren't paying attention. That goes for a lot of people within crypto who aren't paying attention to, or seemingly aren't privy to, the fact that these people are doing anything they can to own all of it, and there will be nothing left for anyone else. So keep that in mind as prices potentially continue going higher according to analysts. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.